Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Nick Bierman, and here's a short video just talking about how we use loops in R to create maps. So um, I'm working on the principle that you're already familiar with tmap, and so we've got our kind of standard map code, so tm shape and tm polygons. And as our example on here, so we're using the shapefile, the SF format, spatial data LSOA, and then we're filling it with the columns age 0 to 4. And this is standard code, and we can add various bits to it. So we can say, okay, we want to use the Jenks classification. We want to color it in the greens color scheme from the Brewer system. We can also add a legend, so we can give the legend a title, so age 0 to 4, which is our age group in this example. And we can set the size, and we can add other bits as well. So we can add the scale bar and the compass and so on. Both the scale bar and the compass, we can set the position. So you see we've got 0.1, 0.1. And so these are integers, whole numbers from 0 to 1. And 0 is in this case, the left-hand side, and 1 would be the right. And for the second one, 0 is the bottom and 1 is the top. So if we put it right in the middle, it'd be 0.5, 0.5. And you may have to fiddle about with these numbers a bit to get it exactly as you want it. Cool. So this is our standard code. So how do we go about creating multiple maps? Well, to do that, we have to export it. And we can export it to a file using the tmap save function. So you see we've got the bottom here, tmap save. Two key bits here. Firstly, we actually have to save the map to a variable. So here, instead of just saying tm underscore shape, we're doing tm underscore shape is assigned to m. M is just a name. Well, it's M for map, but it's arbitrary. You could call it whatever you wanted. You could call it banana if you wanted. Then all the code is the same. And then we do, lastly, tmap save. And when you run this code, R will print out some script to say, yes, it saved the map, and this is where it's saved it. The really key thing is that it does not show you the map. It will not show it in the plots window. So it will just save it. And then this is the code for save, which is great. So we can put this inside a loop, which allows us to create multiple maps quickly and easily. So this is the code, and we'll go through it step by step. First of all, I just want to say this bit is the same. More or less nothing has changed in here. This is exactly the same as for the sand map. These bits are the new bits. So we've got a few lines at the top. So we've created this thing called map variables, and then we've got our for loop. So the for loop is the really important one. You see we've also got a curly bracket at the end of line 4 there. And everything between that and the next curly bracket, so on line 18, that's the loop, and that's the stuff that gets repeated. So let's have a little bit of a look at what's going on here. So at the very beginning, we've created this thing called map variables. So this is a list of the columns that we want to create the map of. So these are the column headings. So it's total, age 0 to 4, and age 5 to 9. You can have 3 of these, 5 of these, 100 of these. It doesn't matter how many. I will just sit and churn through each one in turn. Then we have to create the loop. So we've got a comment, so loop through for each map, and then we've got the actual loop itself. So you see it says 4 there. And then it starts I in 1 : length map variables. So this is how many times the loop is going to go through. So if we start from the right-hand end, length map variable says how many things have we got stored in map variables? And we actually do have 3 things in here. Apologies for the typo, that should be a 3, not a 4. And so we're going to go through this 3 times. So we set up our map, and then we set which column we want to use. And here you see we've got map variables I. I is this counter or iterator as the loop goes through. So initially I is 1, and on the first go through the loop, it's 1. And so the first part of map variables is the total column. So that's essentially what it says. Then it will do the rest of the map, greens, janks, a title for the legend and all the rest of it. And then it will save it. And again, here we've got map variables I. The first time through is 1, and map variables 1 is total. And then paste 0 is that handy function that brings all these 3 bits of text together. So it gives us a map, a file name of map-total.png. And then we save the map using that. And then we get to the end of the loop. Cool, first map is out. Then we start again. So in this case, map variables is 2 because I is 2. This is the second time through the loop. So this is now age 0 to 4. And then also we then save the map variables 2, age 0 to 4. End the loop. And then lastly, we've got map variables 3. So that's this one. So map variables 3 is age 5 to 9, and age 5 to 9 is what it will save it. Then we start the loop again, and now we're only going through 3 times. So now I would be 4. So R just skips the loop, goes to the end of the loop, and then carries on with whatever code we've got afterwards. And this gives us our 3 maps that we've output. So this is a quick and easy way of doing loops in R. It can get very powerful. You can do lots more loops. You can customize them much more, but this is a good starting point. Cool. Any questions, feel free to post in the comments below. Thank you very much.